The story of Polish tanks is a long, dramatic journey that stretches from fragile beginnings after independence to the advanced armored power of today, shaped by constant pressure, war, and innovation. After 1918, the newly reborn Polish state urgently needed armored strength, and its first steps came with the Renault foot tanks acquired and modified locally. Machines that played a crucial role in stopping Bolshevik forces in 1920 and formed the backbone of Poland's first armored units throughout the interwar years. Determined to build its own designs, Poland experimented with projects like the WB-10, an ambitious tracked vehicle intended to handle forests and muddy terrain, but mechanical issues pushed the army back toward more reliable solutions. The focus then shifted to small, fast vehicles, leading to the TK3 tankette, Poland's first mass-produced armored vehicle, widely deployed for reconnaissance and ambush roles, followed by experimental variants like the TKD, which mounted a light cannon and represented an early attempt at mobile firepower, and the TKW, a rare tankette fitted with a rotating turret that hinted at more advanced concepts but never reached full production. The improved TKS tankette became the most common Polish armored vehicle in 1939, with better mobility and reliability, and despite its light construction, it fought bravely during the tragic September campaign. Poland also explored heavier and more capable designs, including early versions of the 7TP with twin machine gun turrets meant for infantry suppression, specialized prototypes like the TKSD tank destroyer armed with a 37mm gun, and ultimately the single-turret 7TP, armed with a powerful Bofors cannon and powered by a diesel engine, making it one of the most advanced light tanks of its time and fully capable of defeating German light panzers in direct combat during the invasion. Alongside these were forward-looking projects such as the amphibious Pszins 130, designed to swim across rivers, the fast reconnaissance-focused 4TP, and the high-mobility 10TP cruiser prototype using Christie suspension, all of which showed that Polish engineers were racing toward modern armored warfare before the outbreak of war cut their work short. The up-armored 9TP represented hopes for future improvement, but only a handful were completed before factories fell silent under occupation, while the legendary TKS armed with a 20mm NKM cannon earned its place in history when Polish crews, including Roman Orlik, used it to destroy heavier German tanks, proving that ingenuity and skill could still strike back against overwhelming odds. After World War II, Poland's armored forces were rebuilt under Soviet influence, entering the Cold War with mass production of the iconic T-34-85, built locally to high standards and serving for decades, followed by modernization programs like the T-34-85 M1 and M2 that improved engines, internal layouts, and night fighting capabilities. The transition to true main battle tanks came with the T-54 and later the T-55, which added improved protection and systems against nuclear and chemical threats, becoming one of the most widely used tanks in the world. As the Cold War progressed, Poland produced and operated the T-72 under license, a low-profile, heavily armed tank that defined Warsaw Pact doctrine, along with variants such as the T-72M, M1, and command-focused M1D, adapted for different battlefield roles. Polish engineers continued to innovate within these frameworks, creating unique upgrades like the T-55AM Merida with domestic fire control systems and reactive armor, the T-55 AMS configured for mine-clearing operations, and experimental paths such as the T-72 Wilk project, which tested advanced warning systems and improved protection, laying groundwork for future domestic designs. With the end of the Cold War and Poland's shift toward NATO, modernization took on a new direction, most notably with the PT-91 Twardy, a deep and independent overhaul of the T-72 that added Arawa reactive armor and advanced fire control systems, proving Poland could stand on its own in modern tank development. Export and demonstration variants followed, including the PT-91M with a more powerful Western engine, the PT-91X showcasing advanced electronics, and refined domestic versions like the PT-91MA1 focused on crew comfort and survivability. Poland also explored entirely new concepts, such as the modular WPB Anders platform, capable of serving as a light tank or infantry fighting vehicle, and the striking PL-01 stealth concept, whose futuristic design and radar-absorbing shell captured global attention despite remaining a mock-up. Proposed modernization programs like the PT-16 and PT-17 aimed to bring NATO standard 120mm guns and advanced sensors to older hulls, while practical upgrades such as the T-72M1R added thermal sights and modern communications to keep legacy tanks relevant. Today, the journey culminates with the Leopard 2 PL, modernized domestically with enhanced armor and advanced optics, standing as Poland's most powerful armored asset and a symbol of how far its tank development has come. From tiny tankettes hiding in forests to heavily armored modern main battle tanks, the evolution of Polish armor is not just a technical timeline but a story of survival, adaptation, and relentless determination forged in steel across more than a century.